I'm going to talk about our future in space. In 1957, when I was a student, at that time an event occurred, and that was the launch of the first satellite by USSR, Sputnik 1. That's the time when I decided that I'm going to go ahead and work in this particular field. We use an equation by Konstantin Tsiolkovsky. Earth is the cradle of the humanity, but one cannot live in cradle forever. And we use this equation to propel our rockets, to calculate how far can they go, how much we really need to do more. For many centuries, people all over the world have been wondering and thinking about the outer space beyond this Earth. They have been fantasizing about space travel, visiting other planets, and encountering alien civilizations. Space has always been described variously as empty, immense, mysterious, dangerous, very cold, and inaccessible. Space travel has been described as wonderful, adventurous, and highly satisfying. But space travel is certainly going to be quite expensive. I was very fortunate that I came in contact with Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, and he accepted me as his student as early as 1960, and we learned quite a large amount of things from him, gained the knowledge, and also his way of working. Dr. Vikram Sarabhai had said in 1968 that there are some who question the relevance of space activities for a developing country. What he had said was that, okay, we need to be really looking at a situation as to why a developing country should be looking at space. At that time, he had definitely decided that we are going to go ahead in the direction that using the space technology, we should be in a position to carry forward our entire tradition of education and making certain that this particular education can be brought through television. And that is how he started asking us at that time as to what we can really do in terms of making a communication satellite and taking it forward for our future work. Now, he set the goal at that particular time, and that particular goal was then further transformed when he, for the first time, he gave us an idea as to what we should be doing in the next 10 years. In 3 different lines, he just simply set up the entire goal for us to really follow by actually getting to a point as to where we'll be not only launching our own satellites, making them, but also finally following it up with our communication satellites. And these goals, we really started with those particular goals. Today, we are going very much beyond those particular goals. For working in space, you require a kind of a mindset which is really required for people to think. You might have heard the name Buckminster Fuller, a very well-known architect in the USA. When 2 highways cross each other without traffic lights, traffic should move. The clover pattern was invented by him. He gave us the complete idea of the geodesic domes also. In 1968, he gave a very interesting idea in the book called as the Operations Manual for Spaceship Earth, that we are forgetting that we are already in space. He had called the Earth as Spaceship Earth. We are moving at a speed of about 31 kilometers per second while going around the sun. Once, I think it was around 2003 or 2004, to a question about his age by a student former president APJ Abdul Kalam had said that he was in the 73rd orbit around the sun. Recently, I came across this quote: "Life on this earth is getting very expensive, but it includes an annual free trip around the sun." We require a positive mindset like that. There was a time when questions were raised as to why India, a developing nation, was aiming to develop comprehensive space program. It is now over 62 years since we launched our first sounding rocket from the Tumba rocket launching station. It is now over 45 years since we successfully launched the satellite launch vehicle SLV-3. It carried only a 40-kilogram payload at that time. Last year, we successfully launched Bluebird 6 satellite of a private company from United States of America. The satellite weighing over 6,100 kilograms was launched using our LVM-3 launch vehicle developed for our country. The space program of our country was started in 1961, but in the last 65 years, our space program, driven by the applications of space technology for the national development, has successfully achieved development of satellites and launch vehicles in self-reliant manner. We have provided launch services to many other countries for their satellites. While Chandrayaan 3 had a soft landing on the moon, the Chandrayaan 4 mission calls for soft landing on the moon, gathering samples of regolith and return the lunar material to our laboratories. The government of India has boldly put forward the goals for the human space flights and establishing Indian space station. There are further goals of safe landing of Indian astronauts on the moon and safe return to Earth. In the evening of the 1st April, that was the evening in USA, 2026, NASA USA launched the Artemis 2 mission to the moon. After 1972, this will be the first time 4 astronauts are going forward towards the moon. The astronauts were Reid Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christian Narkos, and Jeremy Hansen. The Artemis 4 mission, which is going to be next one, or another 2 missions are there, is expected to result in the landing the astronauts on the surface of the moon and then getting them back. This is expected to be the beginning of establishment of lunar base. Now, I know that there are a large number of engineering students here. There are engineers also, obviously. Think about it. How are we going to be able to build a base on the moon? We have to build something there using the lunar material, and there is no water. Artemis 2, this is the mission. I don't know how many of you got up early in the morning. I got up at 3:30 in the morning at that time to be able to watch the launch. The Indian industry continues to contribute very substantially in the work carried out by the Indian Space Research Organization. Almost 75% of the work is carried out by the industry. And very soon the industry will be delivering the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle based on the technology transferred by ISRO. Our space assets are going to be utilized regularly for the defense. Earth observations are providing very valuable and timely information. Commercial utilization of space for communications, Earth observations, navigation, manufacturing in space, and space tourism will dominate the space sector in the future. In the zero-G environment in the space, it is definitely possible to actually develop newer molecules which could be utilized for medicines. The kind of research work that is going on is really going to result in very, very interesting concepts which are coming up. We have been operating a large number of satellites. There are more than 14 communication satellites. There are more than about 11 remote sensing satellites. Then there are other defense-related satellites also. All these are our space assets. We have to look at it very specifically, and we need to enhance the capabilities, replenish also, and also increasing the number. Now, these satellites have finite lifetime. Once the useful life of a satellite is over, we need to launch newer or replacement satellites. We will need to upgrade the technology also. This itself will require at least 10 to 15 launches per year only for this purpose. We need to launch our satellites as and when necessary. This requires assured and secure access to space. We will need to make certain that we have secure access to space. We are not looking forward to dominance in the space sector. We need secure access to space to carry forward our own application-based space program. This security can be provided by self-reliance. So while we talk about all these things, we have to think as to what is going to be the role of the youth in this. Today, the young scientists and design engineers are eagerly looking forward to participating and contributing the development of the space program or the space sector. Some have dreams and ambitions of becoming astronauts. How can the students, the young aspirant, prepare themselves for meeting the challenge ahead? So when we think about the work in the space technology, what it really requires, what does it really involve? In-depth knowledge, patience. Whatever we think about today, to realize that thing, sometimes it takes 8 to 10 years even. Patience, passion, perseverance, interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary work, quality consciousness, extensive teamwork, and most importantly, ability to work in any place and demanding work environment in our country. Our former president, APJ Abdul Kalam, had said, for your dreams to come true, you have to dream first. You must have your own ideas, you must dream about it. He had also said that dreams are those that do not allow you to sleep. Understand the need of our society and participate in fulfilling those needs. Have a goal, have determination, pursue your dreams. Sky is not really the limit. Space, we have to think about it and think about these thoughts. This is a very interesting quote. When you reach for the stars, you might not actually get one, but you will not come up with a fistful of mud either. Most of you as young students would be aware in the school what was being talked about. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Think slightly more. We are all really recycled atoms. Our bodies are made from the recycled atoms. These atoms have been there on this earth. All of you are made of stardust.